Welcome to Science and Technology Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: Xi Jinping wants to be loved by the Global South. How to make Britain's health service AI ready. China is educating engineers around the world. Canon tries to break ASML's grip on chip-making tools. Rancid food smells and tastes gross. AI tools may help scientists prevent that spoilage. Xi Jinping wants to be loved by the Global South. Economist. The recent Belt and Road Forum in Beijing commemorated the first 10 years of China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, and saw Chinese President Xi Jinping call for China to be loved. Xi presented China as a peace-loving nation, focused on trade and development rather than war and conquest. He referenced the spirit of the Silk Road and the expeditions of Zheng He, the Ming Dynasty explorer and admiral, who is remembered differently in China and countries such as Sri Lanka. While China sees Zheng He as a benevolent figure, other countries remember him as a tyrant who punished local rulers. Xi's speech also included a call for global governance of artificial intelligence that would defer to sovereign states' laws and prohibit the US's export controls on AI chips. While the propaganda is aimed at domestic audiences, many developing countries are open to China's proposals for global governance, particularly if it means fewer questions about their political systems and human rights. However, leaders in attendance at the forum are not dupes and recognize China's history of bringing more than just trade to other countries. How to make Britain's health service AI ready. Economist. The National Health Service, NHS, in the UK must address data challenges if it wants to fully leverage the potential of artificial intelligence, AI, in healthcare, according to The Economist. While the NHS generates vast amounts of data, much of it is disorganized and not suitable for training machine learning models. To overcome this, the NHS should focus on three key principles: cleanliness, comparability, and consent. This includes hosting data in cloud computing environments, providing incentives to hospitals and clinics to prepare datasets for machines, and ensuring data is gathered and stored in a comparable manner. China is educating engineers around the world. Economist. China has set up 27 vocational colleges in 24 countries as part of its Belt and Road Initiative, with the Luban workshops training thousands of students in fields including AI and robotics. The workshops promote technology and standards that China wants to export to developing countries, while also assuaging complaints that winning infrastructure projects rely too heavily on Chinese labor and supplies. The workshops also provide training for Belt and Road projects, indirectly addressing concerns about the initiative. Critics of China's Confucius Institutes claim they promote propaganda and stifle dissent. Canon tries to break ASML's grip on chip-making tools. Economist. Canon has unveiled a nanoimprint lithography machine that it claims can etch the smallest transistors used in the most advanced microchips. The Japanese company hopes to compete with Dutch firm ASML, which has held a monopoly in the semiconductor industry, by producing 2-nanometer chips. Canon's machines could be cheaper than ASML's and offer a more detailed pattern. However, they are not yet effective in dealing with complex chip designs. Analysts also predict it will take 5 years for Canon's tools to be used in mass production, with Chinese firms potentially the main customers. Rancid food smells and tastes gross. AI tools may help scientists prevent that spoilage. Yahoo! Scientists from Clemson University have used artificial intelligence to help identify optimal antioxidant combinations for use in food and other products. The researchers trained the AI models by having them predict the outcome of a range of chemical reactions, but found the computer's predictions fell short when they were compared to real-world experiments. However, the team was able to refine the AI's predictions by adding about 200 examples from the lab, and it is now looking at ways to improve the model further. American Airlines cuts 2023 profit forecast on soaring costs. The Globe and Mail. American Airlines has cut its 2023 forecast for adjusted profit due to higher jet fuel prices and expensive labor contracts. The company now expects an adjusted profit of $2.25 to $2.50 per share for the year, down from its previous forecast of $3 to $3.75 per share. Rising costs and moderating domestic travel demand have raised concerns about the industry's profitability, leading to a sell-off in airline stocks and lower earnings estimates from analysts. American Airlines reported a net loss of $545 million for the third quarter, compared to a profit of $483 million in the same period last year. A province-by-province look at immigration and inflation. The Globe and Mail. BMO chief investment strategist Brian Belsky recommends utilizing Canadian small-cap equities and GARP, growth at a reasonable price, equity positions in a higher-risk strategy. He believes that Canadian small-cap stocks offer attractive value in a value market, and as interest rates and recession fears fade, concern around earnings will also fade, leading to further valuation re-rating and broadening of market performance. RB Advisors recommends buying Treasury inflation-protected securities, TIPS, as they currently offer compelling value with 10-year real yields at approximately 2.5%. CIBC economists Andrew Grantham and Catherine Judge found that while population growth is impacting housing costs in Canada, it has less impact on wider inflation or per capita GDP. Amazon, Expedia and Trustpilot unite over fake reviews. BBC. Major online firms, including Amazon, Booking.com, Expedia, and TripAdvisor, have formed a group called the Coalition for Trusted Reviews to combat fake reviews. The group, which also includes Glassdoor and Trustpilot, will share information to deter fraudsters. The move comes as concerns grow over the use of AI systems to write bogus online reviews for profit. Fake reviews can damage a company's reputation and mislead consumers into purchasing poor-quality products and services. The UK government estimates that fake reviews of products alone cost consumers around £312 million, $407 million, each year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Six reporting from the 6 Degrees World, bringing you the latest news and updates from around the globe. First up, we have Chinese President Xi Jinping's call for China to be loved by the Global South. While she presented China as a peace-loving nation focused on trade and development, many countries are wary of China's history of bringing more than just trade to other nations. However, developing countries may be open to China's proposals for global governance, as it could mean fewer questions about their political systems and human rights. Next, we have The Economist's analysis on how the UK's National Health Service, NHS, can become AI-ready. The NHS generates vast amounts of data, but much of it is disorganized and not suitable for training machine learning models. The key principles to address this challenge are cleanliness, comparability, and consent. By hosting data in cloud computing environments, preparing datasets for machines, and ensuring data is gathered and stored in a comparable manner, the NHS can fully leverage the potential of AI in healthcare. Moving on, China is expanding its reach in education by setting up vocational colleges in 24 countries as part of its Belt and Road Initiative. These Luban workshops train thousands of students in fields like AI and robotics, promoting technology that China wants to export to developing countries. This move also addresses concerns that Chinese infrastructure projects rely too heavily on Chinese labor and supplies. In the world of chip making, Canon is attempting to break Dutch firm ASML's grip on the industry with its nano-imprint lithography machine. Canon claims its machine can etch the smallest transistors used in advanced microchips, potentially offering a cheaper and more detailed alternative. However, it may take 5 years for Canon's tools to be used in mass production. On the food front, scientists from Clemson University are using artificial intelligence to prevent spoilage by identifying optimal antioxidant combinations. While the AI models initially fell short when compared to real-world experiments, the team was able to refine the predictions by adding data from the lab. This research could help prevent rancid food smells and tastes. In the business world, American Airlines has cut its profit forecast for 2023 due to higher fuel prices and expensive labor contracts. Rising costs and moderating travel demand have raised concerns about the industry's profitability. Meanwhile, in Canada, BMO chief investment strategist Brian Belsky recommends investing in Canadian small-cap equities and Treasury inflation-protected securities, TIPS. Lastly, major online firms such as Amazon, Booking.com, and Expedia have formed a group called the Coalition for Trusted Reviews to combat fake reviews. With concerns growing over the use of AI systems to generate fake reviews, this group aims to share information to deter fraudsters and protect consumers from misleading information. That's all the news for today, folks. Remember, knowledge is power, but a little humor goes a long way. Stay informed, stay entertained, and keep those questions coming. What are your thoughts on these news items? Let's discuss. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.